What do women really want in a long-distance relationship? And how do you keep her satisfied? Hi, my name is Kristen, and on this channel we talk about long-distance relationships. And on this video we are going to answer one of your burning questions. So this question came from Bunsuma, and he said, can I ask, what do women want in a long-distance relationship? Shout out to you, boss. We're gonna answer your question right now. Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, she's just never happy? It just seems that every effort that you make is wrong. Ever wonder why she's suddenly pulling away and why arguments always rise? It might be because you're not giving her the specific love actions that captivates her and calms her storm. You ready to find out what it is? Let's break it down. So the very first thing that women want in LDR is online effort. A woman will always look for effort in a long-distance relationship. This is actually one of the most important qualities that she looks for in a male during courtship, in dating, in marriage, and even after many years of being together in long distance. If you live far away from your lady, you definitely have to set aside enough time, attention, and warmth towards her. Please take note that it's not the amount of effort that matters to her, but the consistency of the effort. It's the sweet little things that you do for a long duration of time, not the big things in a single epic flash and then suddenly it's gone forever. Here's a pro tip. If you lack in your initiative to pursue her, even when you're already together, then you probably won't be able to keep her for long. The fact that you don't always have to physically see her all the time and spend a lot of money every single week on dates should be enough incentive for you to put more effort in your online love life. Yes, I know. Travel trips for meetups could be very expensive, but at least you'll have enough time to save up. It's also true that constant virtual messages could be a little bit daunting, and it involves a lot of inconvenience adjustments in your daily life, but at least it's just a few clicks away. Don't be stingy with investing consistent effort on your lady, because let me tell you a secret. Come here. That's actually one of the things that will always keep women satisfied, especially in LDR. Keep in mind that your efforts must also match her virtual love language in order for her to feel that you're actually paying attention. If you want to know what virtual love language is, click here to find out. So do this. Reach out to her at least once a day. The more, the merrier. Make her feel that you're always there for her virtually. No to ghosting. Absolutely not. The next thing that women look for is fidelity and updates. There is nothing faster that can make a woman run than a cheater. If you really want to make your woman happy in long distance, then you have to always feed her with honest updates. It's not that hard to text her where you are or who you're with, right? It's literally one sentence. 1. Stop making excuses. How you were busy and
how you forgot to message her because you were in a hurry and it was last minute.
That's just lame. If you truly love her like you said you do, then you won't even hesitate to send a single text. Even in emergencies, I'm sure you can find a way or figure out a way to let her know what happened to you. If you really care, you will do everything in your power to make her know that you are okay and that you are safe, or that you're thinking about her and that you are faithful despite the distance. Unless, of course, if you're not. So do this. Stay away from temptation. Be accountable for your actions and give her real and genuine updates. What am I slicing? Show her pictures or proofs of your whereabouts. Believe me, she can smell your lies from miles away. The next thing that a woman wants is assurance. Have you ever been asked by your girl something like this?
Do you see our future together? When do you plan to have our next meetup?
That is a common and basic question that a woman asks when she sees potential in the partner she's with in a long-distance relationship. Trust me, it's not a trick question. She just really want to know what the next steps are. So when you're asked about questions about the future, just assure her. That's it. Be clear and precise and specific, because anything vague, let me tell you, anything vague will throw her off. If you dodge this question, or if you give her unsure responses, she will most likely start to doubt your relationship and lose faith in you. So be very very, very careful. She will start to be more anxious and more inquisitive about things that didn't used to bother her. It's like a switch in a woman's brain.
Oh, this man doesn't see any future in us. He has no plans for us. If that's the case, then why are we still together?
If you want 100% confidence from your woman, assurance is key. So do this. Surprise her with conversations and topics regarding your future in your next conversation. Tell her what the next few months or years will look like. Tell her what the next few months or years will look like for the two of you. This will guarantee sparkles in her eyes and excitement in her voice. The next thing that a woman looks for in LDR is appreciation. When was the last time you said thank you to your queen? If you can't even remember when, then you're definitely doing something wrong here. Once a woman loves you, she will try her best to make that known to you, even if you're living countries apart. She will always extend an extra effort to respond to your messages as fast as she can. She will make herself available for your calls despite her busy schedule, and she will always go an extra mile just to be virtually available for you when you need her. It's going to be pretty easy for you to miss out on appreciating her. It's like an out of sight, out of mind type of deal. So you better watch out. You better not cry because Santa Claus is coming to town. Anyway, you better watch out because once she starts to feel neglected and undervalued, she'll begin to get really exhausted in your relationship really quick. And then eventually, she'll just start to fade away. And that's a known fact about people in general. If they feel unwanted, they will leave. You might get lesser calls from her, fewer text messages, shorter responses, and lifeless conversations. And before you know it, she's been long gone before your breakup. So do this. Notice the little things that she does for you. Acknowledge all her efforts with your words. Don't be shy to remind her how grateful you are to have her in your life. The next thing that a woman wants is a partner who knows how to apologize. Sorry is such a powerful word. It's seriously just like a resuscitation device for relationships. Unlike normal relationships, asking for forgiveness in a distance needs to be more evident. You can't just give her a rose or make coffee for her or kiss her cheek to show your remorse. Saying sorry in a long-distance relationship takes words, calls, text messages, chats, updates, and perhaps gift sending, or in extreme cases, traveling far to be able to apologize in person. Remember, a changed behavior is more effective than just simply saying sorry. It can break down walls, cold shoulders, distant feelings, and even a fading love. Whatever is reasonable in your current situation, if you want your woman to stay on fire for you, back up your sorries with actual actions. So, do this. When you've hurt her feelings, say that you're sorry. Yes, even if you think that you didn't really do anything wrong. Because what's right for you might be wrong for her. Ask her what you did wrong or explain to you why she felt wronged by your action. Then tell her to give you ways on how you can change. The next thing that a woman wants in LDR is someone who is reliable. Do not make promises that you can't keep. So if you tell her that you will call her and you forget to do it, it's game over. Game over.
Run.
This is seriously a huge turn off for women, especially when you give them false hope or if they get stood up online. It's when you don't keep your word. I've said this before and I will say it again over and over and over, but long distance relationships rely on communication and the words that you say. All the trust, confidence, and connection in your relationship depends on this very thing. So don't keep her waiting for nothing. Be it as small as waiting for your call or as big as waiting for you to ask her hand in marriage. Worthlessly waiting on you in a distance can push any woman away. So think back and look hard because this might be one of the reasons why women choose to leave you. It's because they're unable to rely on you for your lack of commitment. Distance or no distance. No matter what she tells you, she will always wonder
when you're gonna call her, when you're going to respond, when you're gonna give her an update, when you're gonna schedule a meetup, when you're gonna close the distance, when you're gonna settle down, or when you're gonna get married.
She probably just avoids bringing up these topics because she wants you to be the first one to open up about them. Of course, she's not gonna bring it up first because she doesn't want to seem demanding since LDR is already difficult in itself. Keeping your word in a long-distance relationship has more gravity. Therefore, if you say you will do something something, do it. Be realistic with her. Don't say something just to make her feel happy. Mean what you say. Then she will have an increased amount of trust and respect for you. Be reliable. The next thing that a woman really wants is emotional intimacy. She can never stand being with a robot. Especially not in long distance. Women crave warmth. If you're just not in touch with your emotions, then attempt to slowly and gradually open up to her. She loves hearing about your fears, your dreams, your insecurities, your pain, and your goals in life. If you're afraid to talk about these personal discussions via video call or audio calls, then try writing your emotions through text messages and chat messages. Where you see vulnerability and weakness, she sees courage. Once you begin to connect with her emotionally, she will start to admire you and empathize with you. She will start looking at you like a real man who isn't afraid to show his feelings. And so do this. Be sweet to her. Share real and genuine emotions with her. Trust me, she will have all ears for you. Another thing that a woman looks for in a long distance relationship is an intentional listener. Being heard and understood. That's what she wants. When she comes to you about certain issues in your relationship and you choose to deny it or dismiss it, she's gonna turn very sour very quickly. So, listen first, speak later. If you haven't already noticed, communication is basically all that you guys have when you're apart. And communication requires both listening and speaking skills. Don't be too quick to shut her down. Ask her how she feels lately. Ask her how your relationship can improve while in LDR. Or simply ask questions about her day. And you have to be reminded, if you make these connections, you have to be intentional. Listen to what she's saying. Does she need a shoulder to cry on, an advice, or just a listening ear? She doesn't always need an answer to her problems. What she needs is just someone to be there to listen to her. So for the partners out there who feels the need and the urgency to have a solution to her problems, don't be worried. You don't need to do that. Just be there, sit tight, lean back, and let her speak. She just really needs someone who will listen and understand her without being judgmental. And also keep in mind that you don't need to one-up her with her problems. Just lend an ear and empathize with her. And remind her that she can run to you anytime. So if she tells you about a problem that she's dealing with in her job, don't cut her off and tell her,
well, in my job, I also had a hard time in this, whatever.
When you successfully satisfy her with your willingness to listen, you will surely keep her running back to you. And so do this. Don't ever feel the urgent need to give her an advice to her problems. And never shut her opinions down about your relationship. Just listen and empathize and tell her that you will just be right there for her virtually. The second to the last thing that a woman looks for in LDR is someone who remembers dates and occasions. Women remembers dates. That's a fact. A lady who denies having this universal skill is definitely lying.
Of course she remembers. Of course she wants you to greet her first. Of course she expects you to know.
This is a standard operating procedure in a woman's head. Forgetting her birthday or your anniversary will equate to neglect. So be warned. You can just say goodbye to your long distance relationship if you forget any other occasion that has value to her. I mean, it's one thing to forget every now and then, but it's another thing to forget every single important dates of your life together as a couple. She will start to get cold, and you'll find yourself wondering why she hasn't been responding the day after you forgot to greet her on that special day.
I wonder why.
Now you know. While you don't need to memorize every single thing in her calendar, you do need to put a little bit more effort in knowing the milestones and significant events. Here's a pro tip. If she catches a glimpse of you marking your calendar down on your planner to remind yourself, she will absolutely feel touched by that small and sweet gesture. And so now you can do this. Mark your calendar. Write it on your notebook or type it on your phone. Have the dates accessible to you and make sure you do not forget. The last but not the least thing that a woman looks for in a long-distance relationship is humor. Need I say more? Humor is one of the best ways to keep things light despite the struggles and stresses of a long-distance relationship. If you ask a bunch of women who are in a long-distance relationship, they will tell you that what they love the most about their SO is humor. They would almost always include laughter in their list. You will also find that they would always say that they love those funny banters during text messages. The women who glow are usually the women who are well taken care of. So if you can tickle her mind, you can definitely tickle her heart. She truly needs that happiness in her life. So how do you keep a queen satisfied? Bust a funny joke once in a while. Make her smile or make her laugh. Women are really attracted to funny men. Catch her humor and you have her set for life. Ever hear of the quote, happy wife, happy life?
Well, it's kind of true.
Why don't we add another bonus to this list? So another thing that you can do for your woman to keep her satisfied is to apply the virtual love language hack. And in that playlist, you will get all the details and all the tools that you need and you can use for your lady. So if you really think about it, a woman is like a plant. If you don't take care of her, she will wither from your love and then you'll never be able to revive her. But just like a plant, a woman who is nurtured and cared for by her partner can grow into a strong fruit-bearing tree. So if you want to reap the benefits of a good harvest, start planting seeds of life into your woman the virtual way. Good luck! So here's my question for you. What other important qualities do you think that we should include in this list? Provide your own list of what women want in a long-distance relationship in the comments down below. And hopefully that will help our LDR community. If this video helped you in some way or form or shape, consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell for more long-distance relationship topics. Don't forget to visit kristincares.com and there you will find all the LDR stuff that you need. And as always, I will see you later. Women are really attractive. They are attractive. Not the big things in an epic